Hello everyone, Namaskar. Friends, you all are welcome in my channel where our aim to learn, share and care for each other. I hope you all doing well and taking care of yourself. I am Hima Sharma and today we are going to start our next video session on concept paper on revision of Annex 11. The concept behind this video is very clear that we have to go with next level of compliance with respect to our electronic data system. From point number 1 to 17, we covered the description in our previous video. For clarity about point number 18 to 33, please watch this video till the end. The concept paper, which is released by EMA, is very clearly indicate about the requirement additionally in Annex 11. Our current version was issued in 2011 and does not give sufficient guidance within the number of area. Since then, there has been extensive progress in the use of new technologies. So point number 9, as per Annex 11, this is audit trail. Dear all, please see this video till end so that each and every point will be clear to us. And if there is any query, any more discussion you want, you can write on my mail ID. So please listen carefully and till the end. So point number 9 as per Annex 11 was audit trial, in which this is written that consideration should be given based upon the risk assessment to building into the system that creation of a record of all GMP relevant changes and deletion, a system generated audit trail. For change or deletion of GMP relevant data, the reason should be documented. Audit trail need to be available and convertible to a general intelligible form and regulatory reviewed. So it is very clear that audit trail should be generated and each and every event should be captured, and the language of the generated audit trail should be very clear so that anyone can be reviewed it easily. So in this point audit trail, there is some points given by concept paper to elaborate this point. These points are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these 6 points we are going to discuss. First 18 point, that an audit trail functionality which automatically log all the manual interactions on GMP critical system where user data or setting can be manually changed should be regarded as mandatory, not just considered based upon the risk assessment. So all the requirement related to user and data setting and critical system should be functionality of our audit trail, not only for risk assessment but beyond this risk assessment. Controlling procedure of capturing means what we are going to be captured, holding or transferring electronic data in such a system without audit trail functionality is not acceptable. Okay, controlling in process and capturing and holding on such type of data is required. Any grace period within this area has long expired. For this, any grace is not allowed. Okay. Point number 19. The audit trail should positively identify the user who made a change. It should give a full account of what was changed. That is, both the new and all old values should be clearly visible. It should include the full time and date when the change was made, and for all other changes except where a value is entered in an empty field or where this is completely obvious, the user should be prompt for the reason or rationale for why the change was made. So friend, we know it is very clear from the audit trail that our question of what, when, where, how has been done. Means the questions of what, where, when, who, and how performed should be clearly understand from our audit trail. This is the basic concept of the audit trail. And if where we are going to be field some remarks, for example, in the case of chromatography, when we are going to process, we are going to be integrate our system as a user, we simply write that process, or we can save the data, we are going to be save the data. So the comment that we are entered during our work and that is captured as the audit trail in somewhere in the data system should be very clear. It is very recommended by the auditors or the inspector that the basic things or the frequently used comments should be very clear and harmonized within the lab, so that it is very clear that what happened and what comment as a user we should be add. So this is recommended. And next 20 number is it should not be possible to edit audit trial data or to deactivate the audit trial functionality for normal or privileged user working on the system. Okay, if these functionality are available, they should only be accessible for the system administrator who should not be involved in GMP production or in day to day work on the system. Okay, like segregation of the duties means it is very clear to we all that there should be no possible of editing the audit trial data or deactive the audit trail functionality of our electronic system. So normally the privilege or the right or the access should be not within the user who involved in the GMP related activities or working on that electronic system regularly. So the segregation of duties is required. First of all, there is no option to delete the audit trail, or if there is any special requirement like IT related work or something that is related to behind our GMP area, then it should be very clear that this type of the right should be available with the person who is now not directly or indirectly involved in the GMP production or day to day work. Okay, next point 21, the concept and purpose of audit trail review is inadequately described. Means what is the concept and what is the purpose of the audit trail should be described. So this is recommended that the review of audit trail or how to review the audit trail should be practices, or there should be the training through SOPs or the procedures. The process should be focused on a review of the integrity of manual changes made on the system. So, what is the purpose behind this? We should be clearly defining our SOP that the purpose of this process is focusing on the review that the integrity of your data and what is the manual changes going on in electronic system should be captured easily, should be reviewed easily. For example, a verification of the reason for changes and whether changes have been made on unusual dates, hours, and by unusual user. So who did that, when did that, and what is the time there? This type of the things can be come from our review process. Okay. Point number 22, that is guideline for acceptable frequency of audit trail review should be provided. Okay, means what should be the frequency to review the audit trail? For the audit trail on critical parameter, like setting of alarm in BMS system, giving alarm on differential pressure in connection with the aseptic filling. Audit trail review should be part of batch release following a risk-based approach. So one of the risk-based approach that when we have to be review these audit trail, and why we have to be audit trail on that time, because the decision is depend upon the audit trail review. So on the basis of decision of your quality of your product or your batch release should be based upon risk management approach. So the frequency should be defined and guidelines should be say about the frequency or the time when we have to be review the audit trail and give the decision about our task or our process. Point number 23, that audit trail functionality should capture data entries with sufficient detail and in true time in order to give a full and accurate picture of the event. If example is system notify a regulated user of inconsistency in a data input, okay, means some user inconsistently data entered in the system by writing an error message, okay, and the user subsequently changes the input which make the notification disappear, okay, which which things are disappear the notification, the full set of events should be captured. So these are some example in which what type of function should be available in electronic system so that full audit trail can be captured. So the function of audit trail is very important when you select an electronic system or if you want to be upgrade your electronic system. Now point number 24, it should be addressed that many systems generate a vast amount of alarm and event data and that these are often mixed up with the audit trail entries. While alarm and events may require their own log, acknowledgement, and review, this should not be confused with an audit trail review of manual system interaction. Hence, a minimum it should be possible to be able to short the stick. Means this point is related to one of the example you can say like your stability chamber. In stability chamber, there is a log of alarm and other events required, right? But what is the concept paper saying that this acknowledgement and reviews of alarm and your event should be separate with your audit trail because the audit trail is related to what is written there with an audit trail review of manual system interaction. So audit trail is related to the manual system interaction with your stability chamber, but we should not confuse with the alarm and event happening on that chamber, and we acknowledge that. So in your this type of the system, either there is a short system so that we short these things from the audit trail, and either there should be the different path to capture event and alarm in different path and your audit trail in different path. So this is very good point given by the concept paper. In our day to day life we face these type of problems. So this is all about the point number 9 that is related to audit trail, and in our day to day practical uses of system of electronic system especially, we can face this type of the issues of related to audit trail. So concept paper given very good description or additional in audit trail. Now, point number 24 that is related to Annexure 11, point number 11, that is periodic evaluation. So, we all know that when we did the CSV, and periodic evaluation is one of the part of our CSV in which we verify that the electronic system is doing good, and still it is the as per validated state as the previous one. So, this is written in the Annexure 11 that computerized system should be periodically evaluated to confirm that they remain in a valid state and are compliant with the GMP. Okay, compliant with the GMP. Such evaluation should include whether appropriate the current range of the functionality, deviation record, incident, problems, upgrade history, performance, reliability, security, and validation status report. So this is written there, and what is very clear. But concept paper given one thing that is not written here. What is this? The concept of configuration review should be added. Means we did the configuration in our electronic system, and concept paper EMA want that there should be the review of that configuration also. Okay, instead of taking onset in the number of the known changes on a system upgrade history, it should be based on the comparison of the hardware and software baseline over time. This should be include and account for any differences, and an evaluation of the need for requalification and validation. So sometimes what happen in our verification part, this is not included the configuration part. So the actual purpose behind the periodic evaluation is not fulfilled. Okay, so configuration checking is required, so we should add in our periodic verification the configuration part also. So this is written for the configuration part, especially in periodic evaluation. This is nice point. Now security. Security is one of important thing that is required, because we all doing electronic system on the basis of data integrity principle, right? So security is very important in this case. Annex 11 says about the physical and logical control should be in place to restrict access to compromised system to authorized person. Suitable method of preventing unauthorized entry to the system may include the use of keys, passcard, person code with password, biometrics, structures access to computer equipment and data storage area. So this is very uh, good thing, but concept paper say some points in related to security. Like point number 26, the current section has only focus on restriction system access to authorized individual. Okay. However, there are other important topic in line with the ISO 27001. A section on IT security should include a focus on system and data confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So this is very good things come again in our Annex 11, that ISO 27001 and section of IT security should be included here. So we will discuss in this part also in our next video, upcoming videos. So the basic behind this want to be add, like only that confidentially and integrity and availability, all the three things should be available in our electronic system. Okay. Now point number 27, that is the current version say that physical and logical control. What is physical and logical control should be in place to restrict access to computerized system to authorized person. So however, it is necessary to be more specific and to name some of the expected control. Okay. Example, multi-factor authentication, firewall, platform management, security patching, virus scanning, and intrusion detection and prevention. Okay, so this is also involved here. So however, it is necessary to be the specific and name of the the expected control. Okay, it should be more specific. uh, like example, multi-factor authentication, firewall, platform management, these are some things that is in our system. Okay, you know that there's some security patching, some firewalls there. So this is also with the part of our security, so we check also these. Okay, we should check all the things also. Now 12.1, it should be specified that authentication on critical system should identify the regulated user with a high degree of certainty. Means it should be specified. There should be specified the authentication on critical system should identify the regulated user with a high degree of certainty. Therefore, authentication only by mean of passcard might not be sufficient, as it could have been dropped and later found anyone. So the passcard system, we don't like this, because passcard is used in many places, and different user rather than actual owner is using that passcard. So this is recommended by the concept paper. The authentication of critical system should be identified. Okay, what type of criticality there when we issue the passcard. So this is the part, this should be the part of the our SOPs. Now point number 29, two important expectation for allocation the system assets should be added either here or elsewhere. Okay, two important things is given. One, segregation of duties. Okay, that day to day user of the system do not have admin rights. It's very clear to all of you. We cannot be, as a user we should not have the rights of admin. Second one, the least privilege principle. Second one is least privilege principle, that user of system do not have higher access right than what is necessary for their job function. Only that right should be available that is required for user for their work, their job responsibility. So first of all, segregate the duties, and first minimum privilege should be available with that particular user, what they have to be seen. So that is the part of our security. And security, these all the things come from the risk management principle. So this is related to security. I think you understand that what is the concept paper want to say. Next one is 12.3, where is written is creation, change, and cancellation of access authorization should be recorded. So in this part, what is written? The current version says that creation, change, and cancellation of access authorization should be recorded. However, it is necessary to go further than just recording who has access to the system. Means we are just record that who has the access of the system. But guidelines say, concept say, system access and roles should be continually managed as people zoom and leave the position. Okay, so continuous monitoring required, management required for this system of who has the access for the system, which type of privilege they have. System access and roles should be subjected to recurrent reviews in order to ensure that forgotten and undesired access are removed. So we can take the decision that we have to be remove that, we have to be add that, we have to be update our list, okay, of user access. So this is very important part, and this is the actually this is the practical issue, because some user leave the position, some user have different privilege again, they have left the organization like this. So this is the very good point given by the concept paper. Now 17 point, archiving. Archiving we all know, data may be archived, data may be archived, means this data should be checked for the accessibility, readability, and integrity. If relevant changes are to be made to the system, that is computer equipment and program, then the ability to retrieve the data should be ensured and tested. So this is archiving written. But what they want, it is not sufficient to reactively check archive data for accessibility, okay, readability, and integrity. It would be too late to find out if these parameters were not maintained. Instead, archival should rely on a validated processor. You have to be maintain your validate processor. Depending on the storage media used, it might be necessary to validate that the media can be read after a certain period. Not only save your data in your storage device, but check that, validate that it is capable to store the data as you want, in the form as you want. So this is very important part given by the concept paper, that we cannot be depend upon the uh, storage device for the archival. So archival procedure validate exactly, and storage media should also be validated to define that the media can be read after a certain period. Okay, so this is very good point for archival. Now some new points. New points, 32 point, that there is an urgent need. for regulatory guidance and expectation to the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning module in critical GMP application, as industry is already implementing these technology. So concept paper says that we need urgent guideline, regulated guideline, because industry is using artificial intelligence and machine learning. So one of the guideline is necessary urgent need is for this guideline in the market. The primary focus should be on the relevance, adequacy, and integrity of the data used to test these module with, and on the result from such testing. So this should be the primary focus, that data integrity should be there, integrity should be there, okay, rather than on the process of selecting, training, and optimizing the module. Okay, so in urgent basis we require that particular guideline, so that focus on the relevance and integrity part. Okay, now 33 point is also new, that after this concept paper has been drafted, okay, and prepared for approval of the EMA inspector working group, the PICS and PICS committee on GMDP harmonization, the FDA has released a draft guideline on CSA for production and quality system. Okay, so we know about the CSA guideline of FDA. So this is also released. Okay, this guidance and any implication will be considered with regard to aspect of potential regulatory relevance of GMP and Annex 11. So these guidelines also be considered by Annex 11. So all the requirement given by the other guideline of the computerized system or electronic system should be the part of Annex 11 also. So this is all about the concept paper given by EMA for the Annex 11, and really happy to see that, especially I'm very happy to see that all the practical issues are considered here, and we really want to elaborate the guideline, so the process and the working which we are doing in our regular day-to-day work can be summarized somewhere, and through this guideline we can go the next level of the compliance. I hope you enjoy the videos. I really hope to enjoy to read this for you and want to be interpreted for you. I'm doing uh, uh, my best, want to be doing my best, but still I want to be improve myself, so that you can understand the things very clearly, and with the help of my seniors and with the help of the regulators, that I really want to be give thanks to them also, give me the guidance on that. So this is all of me from me, all of related to this, and really thanks to all of you, give me the encouragement, give me the attention, and see this video and all my videos very carefully, and I hope you are doing very well. Remain happy and within the compliance. With all the best, I will come again with next topic with another wonderful video with the blessing of you. Goodbye everyone.